But the six-pointed star is right here. And as soon as the morning star came up from the bottom, everything changed. So there's a arrow thing over the top here, and I used to do circles to try to catch this arrow one. It's the opposite of the way it looks here, but it's kind of like there's an arrow. It's like a broken arrow. I mean, a broken bow arrow. It's like a bent bow right here. And there's a star that kind of comes out here, and then an outlet for it. You know, like that's actually where I view like where I was with my husband or whatever, ex-husband. And then they have an outlet for them, for everyone to get out. But then it kind of, no matter where you turn though, and if you start looking at the one that's incaved, this star right here at the end, at this arrow part, you start spinning around in circles, it'll always face the top star of the six-pointed star. And it's kind of really cool because every time you turn around, you're like, where am I, where am I? And then you'll see this, if you start staring at this one, because you'll see this one as a double sometimes, this arrow one, a lot of times you'll end up seeing it as an arrow, but then all you got to do is find that top of this six-pointed one, and here's the pentagram underneath it, the 3 and the 2. So like last night, you could see just before daybreak the perfect triangle, the ISO triangle. You saw the satellite pass. Now I don't know if the satellite always passes here, but you could tell it's lower. But it passed right here, straight through, went straight through, all the way. It went straight through. And just as the morning star, and this is the morning star, it has one right across it, so it looks like a perfect right triangle, kind of, but the one on top is kind of hard to see. This one, of course, is lesser, and this is the brightest star in the sky. This is like the second, the one at the top there. And then as soon as this came up, that you can't see that perfect triangle anymore. You can't see it. And then this right here gets less visible, the obtuse one, the sideways one, but this was, it starts to go out of sight completely. It's perfectly aligned, and it kind of glitches, and it was turning with the arrow. So the arrow was pushing the six-pointed star in the sky towards the east. And I know it's going the wrong direction, but I'm showing you on tablet, so it's the opposite. It looks the opposite, you know. It was pushing it towards the east, and this is what I kind of call, I'll leave that one for the other video, what I think of it, what I think it is. But, and the light M right here, or the light kind of like, it has like a couple of stars that go up and down like humps that kind of go into, that try to get into the pentagram right there, got less visible, of course, but it just, as soon as it came up, you couldn't see just this one star. You couldn't see this triangle anymore. Sorry, you couldn't see that triangle anymore. And before it hit that up here, that Islam thingamajigger, if you want to call it, the way that I view it, not by sun, moon, and stars, and not by like sun worship and all that kind of stuff, the old ways, I like, this glitches. So this is like a hook, and it's actually just a cluster. So if you look right here, that glitches like bad. It's just as soon as this morning star arises. And that's what happened last night. And the satellite passed through. I think it's a satellite anyways. Kind of wish there was a star that glowed every time a satellite passed. That would let me know if it's a satellite or not, but you know. And the perfect triangle disappeared. This one got less viewable. And I'm trying to think of anything else that was weird. Yep. it got darker as okay, so this glitched. The morning star came up. As soon as the morning star came up, that cluster right on the edge of the six-pointed star, that's actually a representative of Islam to me, on the six-pointed one, glitches as this one rises. Then it gets darker, but you can't see some of the stars clusters, and it like the perfect triangle, you can't see that anymore. You can't see certain ones as much, like these ones over here. And then this one over to the side, this one, if there was like one that was how do you call it, it looked kind of like it was moving, and there was, you know, what do you call it, shooting star running through this area, through the three in the middle. And then it got darker, and then immediately after it got brighter. Like it literally, the sky, this glitched on the six-pointed just as the morning star rose, and it glitched, got darker. You couldn't see this one as much. And then I went back in the house, filled up my coffee, came back out, and it was bright already. I was like, whoa, that was really fast. So I'll leave that one.